We have a tendency of blaming other people for our actions, for the things that we would have started or which we would have initiated or we have taken part in, but they don't come out as the way we have planned them for them to come out or the way we intended. As a result, we shift the blame on others. We do not take responsibility of our own actions. So today I just want to talk about being responsible for our own actions, to take responsibility, to own up, to say, okay, my hands are up, I've done it. I like the way David did it when he sinned with Uriah's wife, killed Uriah. Then Prophet Nathan came to reprimand him. And in 2 Samuel chapter 12, verse 13 to 14, David said, I have sinned. He acknowledged his sin. And the prophet went ahead to say that your sins are forgiven. He took ownership. What he had done was wrong, but he was humble enough, responsible enough to say, okay, my hands are up. I have done it. How many of us can do that? To say, okay, I have messed up. I'm in this situation because I did it. I have messed up. I believe when we take ownership of our actions that did not turn out well, we can change things in our lives. We can change the direction of how things will turn out in the future. We shouldn't be defined by the mistakes that we have made in the past or the mistakes that we are making now. Once we realize our mistakes, let's own up and choose to do things differently in the future. Sarah, when she gave Hagar to Abraham to conceive, to give birth to children, when Hagar, things did not go to according to Sarah's plan. When Hagar conceived, she began to despise Sarah, and this was hurtful to Sarah, who went to Abraham and said, that's Genesis chapter 16, verse 5 and 6. Then Sarah said to Abraham, my wrong be upon you. I gave my maid into your embrace, and when she saw that she has conceived, I became despised in her eyes. The Lord judge between you and me. So Abraham said to Sarai, indeed your maid is in your hand. Do to her as you please. And when Sarai dealt harshly with her, she fled from her presence. So here we see Sarah. This arrangement, she is the one who had initiated it, but it did not go according to plan. She went to Abraham, said, Abraham, it is your fault. But Abraham said, it's not my fault, Sarah. The maid is yours. Deal with her as you wish. And she dealt with Hagar. And for Hagar to leave the household of Abraham and Sarah, it was Sarah who said, no, I've had enough of Hagar. She has to go, and Hagar had to go. She had to separate. I pray that we will all take responsibility of our situations. When we take responsibility, we will be able to change our situations by God's grace in the mighty name of Jesus. It's not enough to just be blaming others. We find that parents blame their children. I cannot do this because of my children. I'm tied down because of my children. Or the children themselves, they blame their parents. Say, oh, it's the way I was raised up. That's why I'm a failure in life. Yes, you were raised up wrong, but you are now an adult. You're responsible for your own life. So do not blame other people. Take responsibility of your own life. Take responsibility of the mistakes that you have made. Own up and change. Own up and make a difference and choose to do things differently in the future. And you don't have to live a life of blaming somebody. If you've been blaming somebody, other people before, just change and start being responsible for your own actions, because we are all created with the ability to make our own decisions, our own minds. Do not go back to the issue of blaming other people like what happened in the Garden of Eden.